I'm here with Sara Poyzer, who plays Beverley, Annette and others on the UK and Ireland tour of Come From Away, and we're in Llandudno at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah, I love it here. It's so beautiful. It's so
beautiful.
lovely. Yeah, walking along the prom on the way home. It's just it's great.
And how has the audience been so far in Llandudno?
They've been gorgeous. You never know what you're going to get when you come to a city, and they've been really, like they always are with Come From Away, really generous, really lovely, really responsive. It's exactly what we want.
That's good. And how have the audiences been in general over this tour?
We were just talking about that. We're saying you talk about an audience as a single entity. Of course, it's comprised of lots of people, but there is definitely an energy. If you get a few laughers, or if you get some that are really up for a party, there is a different sort of energy. But I would say mostly we're kind of used to it now, but at the beginning we were just floored with the reaction, because the love for this show is so immense. And that's been such a privilege to be involved with that and to feel that love coming back to them. And it doesn't feel personal, it doesn't feel like it's us that they're appreciating. It feels like they're appreciating the whole show, and that's really, really special.
I feel like you're on your holidays.
I do feel like I'm on I feel like I'm on some sort of like a summer scheme, theatre summer camp. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Every place is slightly different. And I think that's what's really been like, it's quite surprised me, because I luckily did the show in the West End, and you know, obviously it was a very London-centric audience we had, but to actually get out there around these different regions has been a real eye-opener. And some people, like some audiences are really like listening and really intense. Some audiences are just laughing like at the most random things, and you're like, okay. So it's never been the same twice.
As an audience member, it's always like the only show really where everyone comes up at the same time, don't they? Is that never gets old?
No, never. And ever so often, you know, sometimes a matinee audience might be a bit quieter than usual, and you think, oh, is this going to be the day? But never, always. As soon as it finishes, lights come back up and they are instantly straight up, and it's amazing thing to see.
You don't want to kind of get too used to that, but we are a bit like standing ovation again, thank you very much. So you can't help it, you sort of think, oh yeah, but you're right, it's not even like, oh, because I've been in a crowd and you think, oh, are we all right, let's get up. And this is just like you say, whoosh, and that's a testament to how beautifully special this show is.
And let's talk about your character, so Beverley, Annette and others. Talk to me about that character and explain a little bit for people who haven't seen it before.
We all mostly play a come from awayer, which is somebody who's not on the island, and we play somebody who lives on the island. And I play a woman called Annette, who is a teacher. So my version of Annette is she's really positive, really light-hearted, a little bit cheeky, a little bit sexy, and I have loads of fun with her in this slightly fantasy-like flirty scenes. And then Bev is she was the first female American captain. I've met her on Zoom, and she's formidable and vulnerable and strong and powerful, and I get to sing this amazing song, which is basically a monologue of her life and her relationship with aeroplanes. And of course, everybody's relationship to 9/11 was very personal and heartbreaking, but hers was quite specific in that she says the thing she loves the most was turned into a deadly weapon, essentially. And it's an absolute privilege to play her and to sing her song every night. Truly, she's a force to be reckoned with, Bev, I think.
Have you actually ever played a real life person who's still alive before in your career? Like, how does this compare?
I think that's a rare thing. I mean, I talked to Bev about it, and she said, if you play a real person, quite often they might be famous. There's stories of, you know, there was the great, what's his name? James Graham play recently about the England manager. And you might play somebody who is alive and famous, but to play somebody who has now become these people from Gander, and these people who went to Gander are now sort of famous, certainly in the showbiz community. So no, I think it's rare for an actor to play a real non-famous person. So there's a duty of care there and a responsibility. You're not going to do I'm not doing an impression of Beverley. What I'm trying to do is take the essence of who she is and hopefully bring that to life. And to talk to her was really invaluable.
And you have the great privilege of playing real Kevin
T. Will he be watching this?
Yes, he will be.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin. What's that like for you to play a real life person who's also still alive? Like, that must come with some sort of responsibility.
Because I got to meet him as well, and we have really similar like backgrounds. It's just lovely getting to tell his story, because it's not dissimilar to my own. Obviously, you know, just the background, being raised Catholic and being gay, all those things. yeah, I find a lot. I find a lot of similarities. I find a lot of things that I just can draw on, and I think it's just, you know, I'm obviously not doing an impression of Kevin, but it's just lovely to be part of this and tell his story, because I just relate to it so much.
I play Oz and Others. Others is the rabbi, and Mr. Michael's the gym teacher, drunk Joey on the plane, but mainly Oz.
And what's Oz like to play? Because he's a real person in real life. He's still alive.
Yeah, and I've chatted to him a little bit. We're friends on Facebook now, and yeah, he's such a wonderful man. And he's so funny, and they're real people that you're playing. But you don't want to do carbon copies. You want to bring yourself to it, but you want to bring the essence of them into the character and, you know, respect who they are. And he's such a funny and vibrant person, so I really want to try and capture that within it.
And you joined me for a Pay It Forward in Ipswich, which was amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Why is it so important for you to kind of get behind the message of the show as well?
I think that, I don't want to say now more than ever, because I think there's always been turmoil in the world. I think there's always struggle for many, many people. And I think a show like this, and certainly the Pay It Forward that you so brilliantly organise, is so important, because I think we have to be reminded that, I mean, the news only today and yesterday, there's just awful things in the news, heartbreaking, incomprehensible stuff that's happening. And I think we just have to remember that I think most people do brilliant things, even on a small level, even if they're just bringing in some Welsh cakes for the cast, or telling somebody they look nice today, and then on to the bigger stuff like Pay It Forward, and then even bigger stuff like Come From Away, and bigger stuff, international charities. And I just think it's really important to remember. And I think if you're doing something good or telling a good story, it makes you want to be better. And there's a butterfly effect with that, right? I think if you do something small that's good, you might then you Pay It Forward, you do something good for somebody else. And I think we have to keep hold of the fact that there is light in amongst so much darkness in the world right now. And it's really important that we remember that humans can be really brilliant.
One of the most beautiful things that came from this thing was Kevin's charity that he set up for, you know, doing random good deeds for strangers, and like the impact it does have on people is really quite special. And this show has inspired me to do that, you know, like if you pay for someone's coffee or whatever it is, and the little things in life, it just, because we all live these crazy hectic lives, and then it's just like, whoa, why are you doing that, you know? And to get to be part of that day was just lovely, because we just went into shops and to buy toiletries for the homeless, to buy clothes, and it was done. I remember bringing it to the lovely ladies at the charity, and they were just like, "This is so much," you know. And yeah, you're responsible for a lot of the things that are happening here, and it's a really beautiful thing. You know, it's really special, and I'm glad I get to be part of it in some way.
And we raised about 70 crates worth of food, toiletries, and
I thought you were going to say $70,000.
70 crates.
70 crates.
But in Southampton, we also did something similar in Southampton, and we got about 25 crates. So if you just think about the size and
Ipswich
the room,
were involved.
The room that we put everything in was just full. They did not have a meeting room by the end of it.
Wow. And it's amazing, like people who have come to see the show, like yourself, who have been inspired, like our beautiful friend Laura, who, you know, just taken it into their hearts and have decided to make some positive you know, strides and do these wonderful things. It's amazing.
We went around all the different toy shops in Birmingham and basically said, look, we've got a bit of money that we're going to spend for some toys to donate to the local children's hospice, and we wondered if you could maybe match the money we have or help in any way. And we found that loads of places were so helpful, likes of Lego and all these other places. They were really willing to say, yeah, we can either give you discounts, we can give some vouchers, or even just bags of free things, which was amazing.
Great.
And then we donated it to the hospital afterwards, and yeah, it was a really fun day, wasn't it? It was good.
Yeah. How important is that for you to be involved in and share the message of the show, not just be in it, but really kind of like immerse yourself in that message?
I think because the show is so tied into the Pay It Forwards, and we're going to all these different places where, you know, it's so easy to do what you can to help. I think it's a really important part of it, to not just come do the show and go home, to think of, you know, what's the message of the show and how can we incorporate that in real life. I feel like everywhere we've gone, everywhere you've come to, and, you know, done everything you can to all these things, we've really you know, helped so many people, and I think that's what the show's all about.
I always describe it to a friend as inspiration to be a better human.
Yeah, for sure.
That's basically rounds it up,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah, it really does. Yeah. And even when there's kind of all the that's going on, you think, well, I just take care of my patch, because I can't. You feel you can't change all that, but if you take care of your patch, those roots do spread. I've had the effect of it. On someone does something tiny for me, I just think, oh yeah, do you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna try and just be a bit less of a today. You know, and it definitely is really powerful, I think. And Pay It Forward is really powerful.
So for all the people that are watching in Washington D.C. right now, what message have you got for them? Because some of them might have not seen the show before. They're about to watch.
If you haven't,
they're about
what
to
are you
watch
doing?
the pro shots of the Broadway production. So what message have you got for them if they maybe haven't seen the show before? What can they expect?
Bring a tissue and come with your heart open to hear this amazing story. I mean, I would be shocked if you don't find something in it that resonates with you. Enjoy yourselves, have the best time.
So what message have you got for them? Maybe they haven't watched it before. What can they expect? Do they need some tissues?
I would say prepare to laugh, prepare to cry, prepare to laugh and cry all at the same time, and yeah, just fully immerse yourself, enjoy it. It is phenomenal, and I know you're just going to have the best time watching it.
Once you get used to the Newfoundland accent, which happens somewhere in the first 15 minutes, you're just going to be blown away by this beautiful story, a true story of kindness and humanity and community. It's really, really special. It may make some people cry, it may not, but I think you'll all come out at the end just going, you'll be uplifted. So yeah, I hope you enjoy.
Hope you enjoy.